Hello people of the PokeMoshPitbeta community, it's SWS here, or Sharks with Shells, or Luke, or however you're going to call me. And I have a game against Rockstar, and this is my first upload to beta, so yeah, see what it's like, and then give it more of a go later on. So I lead with my Toxicroak, which is called Fight Club, as he leads with his, I do not know the English name of this guy, but I quite like the look of him. As I go for the substitute, he goes for the Shell Smash. So now he's at +2 attack, +2 speed, +2 special attack, and like -2 defenses on both. And he's going to go for the Waterfall. I don't know why, maybe predicting a switch. But it's probably one of the biggest misplays he made in this match, because I end up having the Dry Skin ability and my... what's it called? Drain Punch does a lot of damage. He then goes to Stone Edge, does not that much to me, but my substitute fades because of his Shell Smash and stuff, which makes it so high. I go for the Sword Stance on his Stone Edge, for some reason predicting a switch, and then I go for the Sucker Punch just to finish him off. So now he brings in his Hydreigon, and I'm predicting it to be Scarfed or something like that, but he goes to the Fire Blast, so I go into my Hydro, which, because of the damage, it looks like it could be a Specs variant, so yeah. So now he goes into a Chandelure, and I'm predicting the Energy Ball, maybe, or the Shadow Ball. Well, I predicted Switch, actually, and go for the Toxic. Now I'm predicting the Energy Ball. So I go into my Rust, which is my Ferrothorn, and he actually goes for the Shadow Ball, but I still resist the Shadow Ball, so it doesn't do too much to me. Now I'm predicting him to switch out now, because he's not going to do anything to me really, as I set up my Stealth Rocks, because Stealth Rocks are quite important in this game. So my Stealth Rocks are now set up on this turn, as he sets up his Sand. So I'm now going to switch out and go into my Gengar, predicting the Superpower, but he ends up going for the Stone Edge. Not sure why, because I could have survived the Stone Edge. So basically that was a big misplay on my part. So I end up losing my Gengar. So I now go into my Politoed to set up the Drizzle, because Drizzle will help me speed. No, not speed, I have no Swift Swimmers. It'll help me hit with Thunders and stuff like that. And I go for the Hydro Pump as he switches into his Hydreigon. And it does quite a huge chunk, to be perfectly honest, but I don't want to stay in. So I'm predicting the Draco Meteor. So I go into my Rust to take the Dragon move, but it ends up being Dragon Pulse. Probably because he's Specs and he doesn't want to lose anything. But I'm now predicting him to switch out, because he is a Specs variant. But he decides to stay in, so I end up... I think I don't lose. Yeah, my Politoed does survive, and I can now get off the Ice Beam, and that gets out his Hydreigon, so his Hydreigon isn't there anymore. So he's now going to send in his Chandelure. Now I'm going to switch into my Hydreigon, predicting him to predict that I'll go into my Notori, predicting the Energy Ball / Shadow Ball, so he'll end up going for the Fire move, which I predict really well. So now that I take nothing from that, and I pretty much gain back HP from that switch, which is pretty good actually. So I'm now going to use Hydro Pump, I think, just in case he's not going to switch. And it ends up, I think it ends up killing this Garchomp, but I might be wrong, because I have no special attack. No, I don't get it. If I had special attack, I would have. But now he's raised his speed, and I'm getting scared. Now I am really getting scared, because he's at +1 speed, but I end up surviving a Dragon Claw, and I was like, this thing isn't even defensive, and I can survive a Dragon Claw? Whoa. So stuff like Rain Dish and Leftovers happen now. So he goes into his Chandelure to go for the Energy Ball now, and I'm kind of predicting his Energy Ball, but I know I can live one. Well, I thought I could live one. Yeah, I can live one. Go for the Hydro Pump and finish off his Chandelure. And this is getting close to game now, I think. Or it might not be. He might have quite... No, what am I on about? It's nowhere near game. So I'm not sure how many down that is now, but it's quite a few. So he goes into his Tyranitar to set back up the Sandstorm. And now I'm getting worried, because I know he has an Excadrill somewhere. So I can't switch into my Politoed. because if I get hit by a Stone Edge, that's gonna hurt, and I might lose it, and then he might switch out of his Tyranitar. So I switch my Politoed. So I've got a safe switch in now, and I know I can outspeed, and I'm gonna go for the Focus Blast to KO his Tyranitar. But I noticed that his Tyranitar, from an earlier match I've had with Rockstar, because I've battled him quite a few times, that it has a sash, but then I realised my Stealth Rocks kind of destroyed his sash, which was pretty cool. So now he goes into his Excadrill, which is useless now. Without the sand, it's not fast enough to outspeed the whole of my team, so I can go in with a Focus Blast on my Politoed, and it doesn't KO. I think I should have gone for Hydro Pump because it would have been a one-hit KO. I should have gone for that in the end. Well, I couldn't actually. I was locked into it, sorry. So I now go into my Jolteon just to finish off his Excadrill with a Shadow Ball, because just in case he wants to switch into something, anything really. But that will be game. So if you do like any of my content, this was quite fast-paced. Usually it's a bit slower on mine, but I decided to speed this up a bit. So yeah, you can come check me out if you want to, and I will be taking challenges if you want any challenges. So yeah, peace out.